Let's answer some questions about how I maintain and manage my waitlist as a therapist who owns and operates her own solo private practice. How do I handle getting someone off of my waitlist? Do I reach out and give them X amount of days for them to get back to you? Once I realize that I have the capacity to add another client to my practice, I go to my waitlist and I go to whoever is next on the list. I do go on a first come, first served basis. And I reach out to that person and I send them a text or an email, essentially saying something like, "Thank you for patiently waiting on my waitlist. I do have a spot available. Please feel free to send me some dates and times so that we can set up a phone consultation if you were still interested in services." Because I am maintaining a waitlist, if I do not hear from you by insert date, usually about a week away, I will assume that you are no longer interested in services or that you have already found another provider to work with. So I give them about a week to follow up, and if I don't hear from them within that time span, then I just go to the next person on the list and repeat the process. The next question says, do I only offer the newly open spot, or do I try to swap people around to find something that works for them? If the time frame doesn't work for them, do I move the next person and then circle back to other people on the wait list? This sounds like a lot of juggling. So if I'm understanding this question correctly, I think this person is asking me like, do I only have Thursdays at 9 o'clock available? And if the person that I reach out to on my wait list can't do Thursdays at 9, do I try and be flexible? Or do I say, okay, I'll add you back to the wait list and then move on to the next person? So my schedule doesn't really operate that way. I have a handful of people who are on a reoccurring schedule, and a lot of people I just kind of schedule as we meet. So their sessions are not going to happen at the same day, same time, every time we have a session, if that makes sense. So for me, that's not really an issue. And then the last question is, do I take people in the order that they were added to the wait list, or do I have a priority-based way of doing things, like on other criteria such as level of need, who referred them based on diagnosis, presenting issue, etc.? I do first come, first serve. There are very few instances where like a colleague will reach out and say, hey, I know you have a wait list, but if this person adds themselves, can you bump them up to the list? And depending on that situation, I might do that. But for the most part, I do first come, first serve. And I don't know, that's just like consistency for me and the way that I prefer to do things. The way that I do things doesn't have to be the way that you do things. This is what works for me, and you can get creative and create a way of maintaining and managing a wait list that is streamlined for you.